Bờ một S, bờ một display capture, nhấn OK. Đây là cái màn hình của mình hiện tại đây. Mình đang quay bằng Bodycam và
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Also have another item that's big. Mineski do have a BKB. It looks like they managed to get the initiation up in top lane. But Mushi actually popped the BKB before they managed to get the initiation. While mid lane is controlled up by the Phoenix Grim. Do they have enough damage to be able to finish off the Ember Spear before he jumps away? They used the hook shot at the last second. Really well played by Jazz just to get that extra bit of disable. But is dead. He's blinded by an arrow. He's gone. He had no rage. He used it at top lane.
And this is a BKB Night Stalker.
They're just going to keep running him down underneath the tier 3 tower. Fortunately, they do have to decrepit by plus Shrine. That's going to help a lot. Blue trying to finish him off with the extra bit of magic damage. There's life drain for mind control. And Mineski, are they going to be punished for this? A bit of an overextension where Moon's going to take a lot of damage on his way out. Even a little bit more. The fire's going to burn him out. He turned around for the arrow, and that is just enough for them to be able to get the kill. What an overextension by Mineski. A costly one at that.
Still, they lose the Mirana in exchange for the Ember up at top. They drop everything on that Venomancer only for him to pop his BKB, walk away. Very good purchase by Mushi. Their team fight effectively neutered. Almost entirely magic damage right now, as without the stuns, Matama Man, even if he has a lot of physical damage, he can't lock anybody down during the time they're BKB'd, and he's also going to be forced to run.
So at this point, we shouldn't, if we're Mineski, right, we don't want to see these kind of split up engagements too much, right? Don't we just want to see them kind of 5-man into Liquid and roll over them, since they do have such a big team fight advantage now with these BKBs?
I don't necessarily think so. I think you still have to play a little bit greedy and go for these kinds of plays where they split up, because if you just 5-man, it makes it really obvious what your team is doing, which is why they were able to set up on mid in the first place, right? Because they showed somebody top, they showed a look. If you don't make those kinds of risks, then all that happens is the team outfarms you. If Liquid sees 5 heroes down the lane, they get 1 kill, it doesn't really matter.
Hearing the loudest chant in the stadium since Na'Vi got knocked out. The crowd now fully backing the TI winners, Team Liquid.
Dude, that's some kind of curse. Like, Na'Vi's out.
Maybe they're secret Mineski fans.
Seriously.
11-16, 7,000 gold lead for Mineski. And we are going to have pretty much a big group up here in mid lane while they're also pushing at bottom. So they are being still kind of greedy, like you said, Will. They're pushing in 2 lanes pretty aggressively. They're still farming pretty well.
Yes.
But they're now positioned to maybe take an objective here.
Yeah, it looks like the rest of the lanes are shoved in, but Liquid doing what Liquid does best. When you're behind, split the waves, make it difficult. And as weird as it sounds, it's a lot easier to make these plays when you're behind, because you don't really care if you die. You're just shoving in the lanes, trying to create space for somewhere else. And if you do die due to the disadvantage, it's okay. Don't lose that much gold. But if you happen to pick somebody off as a result of shoving in these lanes, then you get a lot of gold.
Yeah. So if you were to say lose a hero at top lane right now, you'd be like, well, it's still fine. I'm delaying the game, basically.
Yes, and that's what Liquid has to do. They've got to delay. I'm not sure for what. Probably for this Ember Spear to get really farmed. He's going to grab a Linken's first. Really good item against the control that Mineski has so far. Largely single target on their team, if you notice.
But we're still going to have that problem that we discussed in the Na'Vi secret matchup, which is, while we do have a lot of magic damage coming out now for Mineski, they do scale really well later on to this game. Both Venomancer and Mirana have those talents to do so.
Yes, and that's one of the benefits of picking cores like Mirana or this Venomancer, because they get the plus 50 when they hit level 20, so it's not even like they scale out of the game.
one hero. Ice with the BKB is trying to finish up.
He's taking a lot of damage,
There
though.
comes the arrow. It does manage to solidly land on the Ember Spear. He finally does manage to get the Earthshaker kill, but Jab's going to be gone on as he is finished up by Mind Control, and Ice is unable to get away from this one. What a disaster. Mineski stumble right into the Earthshaker Echo Slam Infest combination, not even requiring that Blink Dagger.
Look at how much gold swings every single time one of these engagements happens. That's a 2,000 gold swing the other way. Mineski still lead heavily though.
And
You've got to catch your breath.
5,000 experience
Yes.
exchange as well. That's also really important for Liquid, right? Because they're decently experienced dependent.
Yeah. Every little bit matters right now, but for Liquid,
Everyone, go!
they're starting to feel themselves again, and Mineski, you've got to calm down a little bit. These plays where you show this Venomancer up at top, maybe they're not going to work as much because Liquid's going to anticipate going for these mini ganks.
They now have a Force Staff or Kuro, an item on the 5 position, and a hard counter to that Clockwork. Beginning to make me worry a little bit about the effectiveness of some of these heroes for Mineski.
If Mineski struggles in a game like this, it's a little bit scary for them, just because they did have such a big lead in terms of game flow. They own the map largely. Their vision has been great this entire time. If you notice, both wards spawn when they come out. They even got one deep inside the base. And so all the tools are there for them to win. It's just they need to incorporate things a little bit better. They need their Venomancer to show up for some fights. Bushi trying to get that level 20. But all of the net worth that the Venomancer has accrued hasn't led to any fights for them.
Do you think that this difficult have those talents to do so?
Yes, and that's one of the benefits of picking cores like Mirana or this Venomancer, because they get the plus 50 when they hit level 20, so it's not even like they scale out of the game.
Working out for them now.
And it was all due to this ward right here. They see that coming a mile away. Ice, trying to be cute, sandwich things in, and instead that's going to be another tier 2 tower taken by Liquid, and a very important one in the mid one. Meanwhile, Mushi pushing out that top tier 2.
And Liquid actually going high ground here just to force the 2 side lane pushes back to the base. We already have the TP back from Moon, Mirana. And they're trying to make Mushi come back, but he's going to take that tier 2
He is going to lose
Jesus, they're
a
going to
tier
lose
3
the tier 3 for this.
Really feel like he should have gone back and started planting wards, but prioritize that tier 2 instead. Jabs coming from behind, though. This is going to be the...
That's going to be gone on. Mineski stumble right into the Earthshaker Echo Slam Infest combination, not even requiring that Blink Dagger.
Look at how much gold swing. That's a 2,000 gold swing the other way. Mineski still lead heavily, though.
Exchange as well. That's also really important for experience dependent.
Yeah, every little bit matters right now, but for Liquid, Mineski, you've got to calm down a little bit. These plays where you show this Venomancer up, because Liquid's going to anticipate going for these mini ganks.
They now have a Force Staff or Kuro, an item on the other side of that cliff. So if he is pursued, but look at this, he's going to jump over. Ice waiting for him. He laid that trap out, let his team pursue, and cleaned up the kill. So it's only GH and Mind Control who managed to escape from that team fight. But what a difference!
Game like
all
this,
of a sudden, we took tier 2, tier 3, and a rack.
Just because they did that was definitely not worth the tier 2 up at top. You'd imagine if the Venomancer's there just placing down wards behind the tower, they can't really make that play. But prioritizing taking that tier 2 up at top instead, trying to get some pressure on the map. Didn't actually think that Liquid was going to commit for that GH.
Oh, they found. They had a sentry. GH, he is not the one who's
going to be a free Roche now.
That was Curl earlier, so he has no defense mechanism himself against the Clockwork Cog. Lifestealer trying to go for this Venomancer.
A little bit of miscommunication as Open Wounds and Decrep are used at the same time. Mineski, they wanted to try to go for that Roshan with the Earthshaker dead. Not willing to commit, though.
I mean, if you're Liquid, you can certainly fight that, right? With all the ultimates on cooldown from Mineski.
You can at least spam down.
Yeah.
You can blast from range. You've got an Aether Lens on your Pugna. Your Jakiro can just throw his Macro Pirate down, buy enough time.
Still holding a 6,000 gold lead, I should point out, for Mineski, despite losing so many objectives recently. And this is tactical pause time. That's looks like for me.
I got no idea what he just said, but he is saying go. Looks like he just needed a second.
All right.
Matama Man laughing.
Maybe they found out you heard GH in the interview, didn't know about the pauses. Maybe they finally decided to make use of them.
Hey, it's not against the rules.
Nope. Liquid.
Dude, this game is... I thought this game was pretty straightforward, but it seems like no Liquid game is as... I mean, I'd love to see the gold graph at some point. It had to have swung just up and down.
A BKB for the Clockwork. That's a significant upgrade for a support to have. And then we also have an interesting build for Ice Ice Ice. He's really trying to turn himself into a... like, he's a core, obviously, early on, but you always wonder, like, what does Night Stalker do as a core later on? Well, he's trying to build damage. He's gone the BKB early, which we saw, but now he's got a Radiance.
Yeah, really nice item against the Ember Spirit, who loathes to build an MKB or any item like that. In general, he's got a lot of evasion stacked up on him.
And it's not like he's got high armor, high HP. It's not like he's going to be a hero that's targeted right away, right? So his longevity in a team fight with that constant burn is going to pay out.
Oh, this is going to be quite a big fight. Moon can't get up there, though, as Liquid. They're up here as 5. Mineski, can you afford to take a 4v5 fight as Miracle?
First one down. GH is meant to make his initiation, but his sleep goes down. Helping to save the Night Stalker. Now they've got him inside the cogs, and they've got the Fiend's Grip as well. Onto the Life Stealer. He's locked in. Here comes an arrow as well. On top of that, he gets nailed. They finish off one, take mind control as well. The 2-man down for the cogs now is going to become 4 as they chase Kuro up into the cliffs. You can't hide from the Night Stalker.
Miracle manages to get out, but his team all going down. Now is the big choice. What do you do, Mineski? Do you go for the Roshan or do you try to assault the base? Roshan's going to be their call. Not enough time is Liquid. The upside of being low-leveled and behind is you respawn quite quickly.
So Mineski may not have even been able to take real objectives by the time they got to the base. So instead, they're going to take their Roshan.
Coming from behind, though, this is going to be so well done by the support combo. Jabs getting in there, getting the 2-man cogs on that Earthshaker and that Life Stealer, setting things up. And that cogs, it also made it difficult for Liquid to get to that backline where the Bane was just Fiend's gripping Matama Man that entire time, which set up the arrow. Very well done by Mineski.
Now, Miracle's build, are we giving up on Life Stealer? The carry for this game. Ember Spirit taking over the true physical damage dealers now.
I think they just realized because of the BKBs that have come online so early, he can't really go for that magic damage build.
This Venomancer, because Liquid's going to anticipate going for these.
Yeah, Mineski, good game. They have so many BKBs on themselves now, too. They're almost about to get 4. Jab somehow has one. His Hanamitis paying dividends now later on into this game.
A later BKB for Moon, who hasn't needed one for the most part. Gets it now, fresh 10-second on top of the Dragon Land.